Have you ever been in a challenging moment and really known that you needed to show up differently and just couldn't get there? You knew the situation called for more patience or more openness or more composure, and something in you just wouldn't budge. That's not a character flaw. It's actually biology. It's your nervous system doing its job. In understanding that distinction, really understanding it, might be one of the most important things you ever learn as a leader. I have been sitting with this after doing some deep work with Agile EQ with a client recently. Every mindset on the Agile EQ map, every dot, every style, every way of showing up has psychological needs attached to it. Not wants, needs. Things your nervous system is actively trying to protect. And when those needs feel threatened, flexing feels almost impossible because your brain isn't processing a leadership challenge in that moment. It's processing a threat. So let me give you a couple of examples to bring this to life. Think about a leader who has a high need for autonomy and control. They've built something. They know how it works. They have a vision for where it's going. And then someone in the room pushes back and disagrees, challenges the direction. To most people in the room, that's just a conversation, a healthy exchange of ideas. But to the leader who is being pushed back on, to that leader, the nervous system there is registering that as a threat, not a conscious one, a physiological one. The body tightens, the defenses go up, flexibility goes out the window, not because they're a bad leader, but because something that feels essential to their sense of safety is being challenged. Now think about a leader who has a high need to be seen, to connect, to contribute, to matter in the room. She's in a meeting and someone raises a consideration that she hadn't thought of, a gap in her thinking, and suddenly she feels exposed in front of everyone. Again, to most people, that's just collaboration, someone adding value. But to her nervous system, and I can very much relate to this one, it can feel like humiliation, like not being enough. And in that moment, the most natural response is not curiosity or openness. For her, it's self-preservation and protection, defensiveness, doubling down or shutting down. Same room, same conversation, completely different internal experiences based on the psychological needs of each of those leaders. That's why this Agile EQ work that I'm doing takes emotional intelligence to the next level. It's not enough to know your strengths. It's not enough to know your default mindset. You have to understand what your nervous system is trying to protect and learn to work with it instead of being run by it. Because here's the thing. You cannot flex what you cannot see. But once you see it, once you understand the need underneath the reaction, everything changes. You create a split second of space between the trigger and your response. And in that space lives your ability to choose. That's not weakness, that is mastery. So here's your reflection for today. Think about the last time that you found it hard to flex in a challenging moment, hard to stay open, hard to stay composed, hard to lead from your best self. What need might have been activated in that moment? What was your nervous system trying to protect? And what would have been possible if you just had a little more awareness of what was happening underneath? You guys, this is the work, the deep, important, life-changing work of understanding yourself well enough to lead others well. And it's the work that we do at Abundant Empowerment, and we'd love to do it with you. Check out our website at abundantempowerment.com to learn more, or drop me a note on LinkedIn. If this resonated, which I have no doubt that it did, check in with yourself. What are the needs underneath the surface in those challenging moments? Think about the last time you felt tension, frustration. What was the situation bumping up against? It's not the external stimulus. It's what's going on within you. That's where the goods are. So give yourself the gift of that reflection time. What a great way to take care of yourself and ultimately each other.